you recording me?
General manager at WINGSTOP on First Street. See this? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? I'm waiting on the police. The police ain't came yet. I ordered food at 12:11. It's after 1 o'clock. I still haven't got. I got my food after 45 minutes of waiting. She grabbed my food. She grabbed my food. She threw my food away. She grabbed my food. You got you got employees trying to grab my phone from recording.
When customer service turns into conflict, a documentary on a fast food confrontation. What should have been an ordinary meal became the center of a heated controversy after a confrontation between a customer and a fast food restaurant. Employee was captured on video. In today's world, where nearly every public interaction can be recorded and shared online within minutes, moments of conflict often become national conversations. This incident is no exception. The footage sparked debate over customer service, employee conduct, workplace stress, and whether either side crossed the line. According to reports in the circulating video, an argument between the customer and an employee escalated rapidly. Instead of ending with a refund or a manager stepping in to de-escalate the situation, emotions appeared to boil over. During the confrontation, paper cups were allegedly thrown, and the customer's food reportedly ended up on the ground. The incident immediately drew criticism across social media, with viewers expressing a wide range of opinions based on what they believed the footage showed. While many viewers argued that the employee's actions were unprofessional and unacceptable, others cautioned against rushing to conclusions without understanding what happened before the recording began. Short video clips often capture only the final moments of an incident, leaving unanswered questions about what may have occurred beforehand. Regardless of the events leading up to the confrontation, businesses generally expect employees, especially supervisors and managers, to remain calm during difficult interactions. Leadership positions require the ability to resolve conflicts without resorting to physical or aggressive behavior whenever possible. Customers likewise are expected to treat employees respectfully, even when frustrated by poor service or mistakes. If an employee intentionally throws objects at a customer or destroys a customer's purchased food, those actions could have serious consequences under company policy and, depending on the facts and applicable law, could also raise legal issues. Whether any crime occurred is a matter for law enforcement and the courts to determine based on evidence, witness statements, and applicable law, not public opinion alone. The incident also highlights the intense pressure many restaurant employees face. Fast food environments can be demanding, with long lines, staffing shortages, and constant pressure to maintain speed and accuracy. None of these factors excuse misconduct, but they may help explain why conflicts sometimes escalate when stress is left unmanaged. For businesses, incidents like this can damage public trust. Customers expect professionalism, and companies invest heavily in training employees on conflict resolution, communication, and customer service. When those standards break down, the consequences can extend far beyond one interaction, affecting a restaurant's reputation and employee morale. Ultimately, this case serves as a reminder that respect and self-control are essential on both sides of the counter. A disagreement over food should never escalate into a confrontation involving thrown objects or damaged property. Calm communication, management intervention, and adherence to company policy remain the best ways to resolve disputes before they become fatal. She should have hit the customer. Part 2. The questions after the confrontation. Witnesses, responsibility, and accountability. After the confrontation inside the restaurant, attention quickly shifted from the initial argument to a bigger question. Did other employees become involved, and could the situation have been prevented from escalating? As videos and accounts from the incident spread online, some viewers claimed that additional employees failed to intervene or may have supported one side during the confrontation. These claims raised concerns about whether bystanders in a workplace have a responsibility to step in when a dispute becomes aggressive. However, determining exactly what each employee did, what they knew, and whether they participated would require a full review of video evidence, witness statements, and any official investigation. In situations involving customer disputes, employees are often expected to act as a calming presence. Managers and staff are trained to separate people, create distance, and prevent arguments from becoming physical. When multiple people are involved, the situation can quickly become confusing, with different witnesses remembering events in different ways. The customer involved in the incident said he felt unfairly treated and believed the situation escalated beyond a normal disagreement. Supporters argued that a customer should not feel threatened while simply trying to resolve an issue at a restaurant. Others pointed out that all sides of the confrontation should be examined before conclusions are made. For the employees working that day, the incident also created difficult questions. Were they attempting to calm the situation? Did they misunderstand what was happening? Did anyone cross the line from being a witness to actively participating? Those questions are central to understanding what truly happened. Workplace investigations often look at several factors: who initiated physical contact, whether anyone used force, whether employees followed company procedures, and whether management responded appropriately. Video footage can provide important information, but investigators typically also consider what happened before and after the recorded moments. The controversy also sparked a larger discussion about accountability. Customers expect employees to provide a safe environment, while employees have the right to work without being threatened or harassed. A restaurant conflict can become dangerous when frustration, anger, and poor communication replace problem solving. If an investigation finds that employees intentionally joined an attack or failed to follow safety procedures, there could be consequences through company discipline or legal channels. If the evidence shows a different sequence of events, those findings would also need to be considered. Ultimately, the incident became more than an argument over food. It became a debate about responsibility, professionalism, and how quickly everyday conflicts can escalate in public places. A personal reflection on the WINGSTOP confrontation: accountability, anger, and the need for calm. When a situation like this becomes public, it is easy for people to immediately choose a side. A short video, a headline, or a social media post can make people feel like they understand the entire story within seconds. But serious conflicts are rarely that simple. Behind every viral confrontation are real people, unanswered questions, and decisions that can affect everyone involved. Looking at an incident where a customer and restaurant employees become involved in a heated confrontation, the biggest concern is not just who was right or wrong in a single moment. The bigger issue is how quickly a normal disagreement can turn into a situation where people lose control. A disagreement over an order, a complaint, or poor communication should never reach a point where anyone feels unsafe. From the perspective of someone watching the situation unfold, the most disappointing part is seeing a conflict escalate instead of being resolved. Restaurants deal with frustrated customers every day. Employees deal with stress, pressure, and difficult situations every day. That is why professionalism matters so much. The ability to remain calm during a stressful moment is what separates a manageable disagreement from a situation that can cause lasting consequences. One of the biggest lessons from incidents like this is that anger spreads quickly. When one person becomes aggressive, others may react emotionally instead of thinking clearly. A disagreement that could have been solved with a conversation can become a moment that changes lives. Someone could lose their job, face legal consequences, or damage their reputation because of a few minutes of poor decisions. The question of whether other employees should have stepped in also raises an important issue. In any workplace, bystanders have a role when a situation appears to be getting out of control. Employees do not always know every detail of a confrontation, but preventing harm should always be a priority. The safest response in a tense situation is usually to create distance, call for help if necessary, and avoid making the conflict worse. What stands out most is how modern technology has changed these situations. A confrontation that once would have been witnessed by only a few people can now be viewed by millions. Social media can bring attention to important issues, but it can also create quick judgments before all the facts are known. A viral video may show a moment, but it does not always show the full story. That does not mean people should ignore what they see. If someone appears to act aggressively, it is reasonable for people to question that behavior. Accountability matters. Employees and customers should both understand that actions have consequences. But fairness also requires looking at evidence, hearing different perspectives, and allowing proper investigations to determine what happened. The most important takeaway is that respect must go both ways. Businesses depend on customers, and the employees depend on customers treating them with basic dignity. Customers depend on businesses to provide safe, professional service. When either side forgets those responsibilities, everyone loses. An argument over food should never become a situation where people feel threatened, humiliated, or attacked. There should always be another option: walking away, involving a supervisor, requesting a refund, asking for assistance, or simply taking a moment before reacting. The hope is that future situations like this are handled differently. Instead of anger becoming the center of attention, communication and respect should be the priority. No meal, disagreement, or bad experience is worth allowing a situation to become something that harms people and changes lives forever.